Welcome to the Create Your Empowered Self podcast. This how-to podcast is focused on empowering you to live your best life by incorporating the principles of the law of attraction, NLP, meditation, and other spiritual teachings. I'm Jeannie Hall, a certified NLP practitioner and creative empowerment coach. Let's get you empowered. Hello and welcome to the Create Your Empowered Self podcast. This is episode 27, Baby Steps. So today I'm going to talk about baby steps as a way of reaching your goals. And the reason why baby steps is the way to go, in my opinion, is because there are very few of us who actually climb mountains for a living, and there's not that many of us who jump out of planes or even go bungee jumping, and most of us choose not to handle poisonous snakes, and most of us don't tame lions for a living either. So in other words, the vast majority of people on this planet today are not really thrill seekers, nor are we anxious to risk our lives to try something new. And notice how I said we. I definitely include myself in that large, non-thrill-seeking, non-life-threatening percentage. And yet, I have a dream. And you probably have a dream too. And you probably have a dream that's big, just like I do. It might even be a huge dream, a ginormous dream. And reaching those dreams is like facing a mountain or a poisonous snake or a roaring lion. It's not a walk in the park. So how do we get there? Baby steps. First, we figure out what our dream actually is. Then we look at different ways we can accomplish such a dream. So a lot of people will go around and maybe they don't know what their dream is. Maybe they don't know what it is that makes them light up inside, but maybe they're working on that. And if you haven't figured out what your dream is, that's okay. You will find it if that's what you want. But if you have a dream already in mind, and especially if it's this huge, giant dream, then you can accomplish it, even if it seems like you can't. The thing to do is to be able to look at different ways to accomplish what you're after. So like if you're an aspiring author, like many of my clients, there are so many different routes that you can now take to publication. And most of those routes didn't even exist even just a few years ago. So, yes, you can do what used to be the only way to be published, or one of the few ways to be published, which is to go to a giant publishing house in New York City. And you can still do that if you'd like. But you can also go with a slightly smaller company and still end up with a paperback book with your name on it in your hand. Or you can go through an even smaller ebook only publishing company. Or you can self-publish. There are so many options that it's actually a little detrimental to us sometimes to have that many choices. Sometimes when you're faced with 50 choices, it will actually stifle your decision-making process, because if you've got so many different options, you just don't know what to choose sometimes. Some of us do that. We get overwhelmed with so many different options. And that's not even including publishing in a magazine or doing free publications. There's so many different ways to get published now. And the problem with all the different options out there, whether we're talking about publication or the way you're getting to any kind of dream, is that sometimes it'll just stop us in our tracks because we don't know what to do. And we'll run around in circles crying, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And then nothing gets accomplished. and we don't reach any of our goals and we don't make any decisions, and our dreams, they end up forgotten. They end up shoved under a bed or left on a dusty shelf somewhere, and no one gets to enjoy that beautiful thing that you could have created. And again, that's true of any dream. Maybe you have an idea for something, but you don't know how to pursue it, so you just don't. Maybe you could help so many people with your dream just by being who you actually are. But the world will never see that dream because moving in that direction just scares you too damn much. It scares the shit out of you. And I get it. I just took a massive leap in my own professional life, and I am terrified, not gonna lie. Right now, I am in danger of letting overwhelm and fear totally sideline me. The other night, I had problems sleeping because my brain kept throwing me into panic mode. You can't quit your full-time job, Jeannie. Ah! The new teaching job's only part-time. And for anyone who's curious, yes, I got the English as a second language job teaching Chinese children online. Yay. Okay, back to my anxiety attack. But you're going to lose your house. You're going to lose all the stuff you own. You're going to lose everything you hold dear. You're going to die. The world's going to end. Ah! Yeah. That's my brain speaking. So that night, I listened to 3 different 30-minute guided meditations just to get myself to sleep again. And I knew this part was coming because I've been here before. And the thing is, before, I didn't have a plan. Not really. The old me went into a similar situation without any preparation, without any mindset work of any kind, without any faith in herself or this loving and abundant universe of ours. And those, dear listeners, are the 2 things you must have if you really, truly want to follow your dreams. A plan and faith. And my advice, that plan should be chock full of baby steps. Baby steps make the impossible possible, the crazy doable. And if I decided that I wanted to climb Mount Everest, I would have to have both faith and a plan. And the plan would need to be full of baby steps for it to work. 1, I would make sure I was in good enough physical shape to accomplish such a task as climbing a mountain. 2, I'd go to the doctor and get his or her advice on what I needed to do to prepare my body for such a feat. 3, I'd learn about the sub-zero environment and the cold and what I should do to prepare myself. 4, I'd get in contact with some experts on mountain climbing. 5, I'd take some rope climbing classes, and etc., etc. But I would prepare. And I would have a plan, and I would have faith in myself to do it, because I would do it in baby steps. I wouldn't just fly to the foot of the mountain and expect to jog my way up to the summit in 10 minutes. I would have done my homework. I'd have created a plan, and I'd take baby steps to accomplish that plan. And because I would follow my plan, I would feel more confident in my ability to complete it. I'd have more faith in myself. And the universe would provide me with the inner guidance on how I should follow that plan. I would feel those emotional, intuitive nudges. One way or another would feel better, and I could go that way. And I might still fail. I might, but I'd have a much better chance, a real solid chance. And the same is true of your dreams. Create a plan with lots and lots of baby steps. Those baby steps may be even as small as, today by noon, I will have done this. And then whatever it is you said you would do, do it. Commit to it. Follow through. Have faith in yourself and in the universe. And when you accomplish that first task, no matter how tiny, pat yourself on the back. Put a big check mark by that item on your list and celebrate it. Then turn around the next time and do it again. Baby step it. Baby stepping can work with anything, and it will work if you commit to doing it, as long as you have faith. For example, I didn't lose 50 pounds by working out at a gym for 8 hours straight every day for a month because I knew I would never commit to that. What I did was I slowly changed my eating habits. I ate healthier meals and a little less at each meal. And after I lost about 20 of those pounds, I discovered that I wanted to move more. So I began to walk a couple days a week. And then I started a habit of walking every single day. And then I tried jogging and was shocked to find out I actually enjoyed it. I would never have thought that before. If someone had actually told me that I would like to jog, I probably would have laughed in their face. But I do enjoy it. And I got to this point by taking baby steps. Remember that you are a spiritual being in human form. You are a miracle. You have unlimited potential. You just need to actually believe that at the depth of your soul. So think about your dream. Think about what it would take to get there. Make a plan with little tiny baby steps. And start taking those steps one at a time. Make each step doable and give yourself a reasonable time limit. Doing this will help when your mind wants to panic and throw you into overwhelm. It'll reward your faith, and the more you believe in yourself and that this universe is here to support you, the less fear and panic you'll experience. You have the dream that you have for a very important reason. There are no coincidences in this life. Pursuing your dream is about fulfilling your life's purpose, the purpose that you've decided to have. And you can do it by having faith in yourself and by taking baby steps. So if you enjoyed this podcast, please share it with your friends, like, rate it, and subscribe. And until next time, have an empowered day, week, month, and year. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for listening to the Create Your Empowered Self podcast. If you've enjoyed this content or found it helpful, please let me know by leaving a review. I upload podcasts every Wednesday and Saturday, so subscribe to receive these regular updates. Now, go out there and live a more empowered life.